Thanks so much for joining us here on this Friday as we begin with an update in the last hour on the two mothers gunned down in Louisville on the same day this week. Police say they are not connected. One an intended target, the other an innocent victim. 23-year-old Rhodesia Williams, a mother of two, lost her life walking her daughter to school Wednesday morning. And then 28-year-old Jermia Offit, a pregnant mother of three, was shot Wednesday night on West Broadway in the Chickasaw neighborhood. Our Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Jessica Farley just spoke with LMPD on both of these cases. Alexandra, what have we learned?
Brooke, we have two mothers, both in their 20s, shot and killed in front of their children on Wednesday, and police say numerous people were witnessed that murder. The first happened near 10th and Chestnut Street at that school bus stop near the Western Library and YMCA. Rhodesia Williams, she was only 24 years old, walking her 7-year-old to the bus stop where police say dozens of kids were already gathering. LMPD Lieutenant Les Skaggs says he's confident Williams was the target, saying they reviewed surveillance video and saw the shooter take aim at her multiple times. Then later that evening at 41st and Broadway, a mother of three and pregnant with a son was killed. Police say 28-year-old Jermia Offit was standing outside a market with her boyfriend when two groups of young individuals exchanged remarks and unintentionally struck the mother. Police said she was not a part of either group, just an innocent bystander. Lieutenant Skaggs says there are no suspects in either case, saying eyewitnesses are crucial to solving these cases.
We know that through surveillance video, there were eyewitnesses to both of these homicides. We need those eyewitnesses to be able to talk to us, to tell us firsthand what they witnessed at those two incidents. Our community can't stand for this. We need these eyewitnesses to come forward so we can get these killers off the street.
LMPD acknowledges people are fearful of retaliation, but Skaggs says if you're saying enough is enough, you have to be part of the solution. And again, Brooke, there are no arrests in either case. Lieutenant Skaggs says it's too early to say if this is gang related, but he says that it is an assumption because of Louisville's gang violence problem. We're live downtown. Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side, Brooke.
Alexander, thank you. And we know we will be following this throughout the day. We are also following more breaking news here at noon. Take a look at the scene of a SWAT situation happening right now in Jeffersonville. This is a live picture from our crew there on the scene at Callaway Drive off of Charlestown Pike. Law enforcement have not told us what they are doing just yet, but we are seeing the SWAT team there, medical teams, and the fire department. We're monitoring that here, and we'll bring you the latest from what we gather here in the noon hour. Another hot day on tap. We know the Kentucky State Fair is in full swing at this point, Matt, and it's only getting hotter over the weekend.
This is the beginning of a very hot weather pattern for us, Brooke. We've had a little bit of relief from the heat ever since our last heat wave, but now we are in for another round of that hot weather. Here's a look at our camera view from downtown. You'll notice the sky still looking decent this afternoon from our U of L Health Sky camera here in Jeffersonville. Temperatures in the upper 80s, feeling like the lower 90s, feeling like the upper 80s for you folks there near Bowman Field. As we continue to go throughout the upcoming hours, we're still expected to see this heat stick around and an air quality alert in place for the Louisville Metro. So if you're a part of those sensitive groups with maybe asthma or some breathing problems, limit your time outside this afternoon. We're still expected to stay under that for the next few hours. Satellite and radar staying quiet and dry for us, and this is going to be the main image that we expect all throughout our Friday. We've got a lot of sunshine continuing for our Friday afternoon that's going to warm us up steadily into the 90s as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. We're quiet and dry overnight, and we're starting Saturday morning with temperatures in the 70s, and then we're headed into the mid-90s for our Saturday afternoon. By the middle of the day, 3 p.m., you can expect those temperatures really to rev up, and over the next 4 days, beginning Saturday into Tuesday, we are going to be under a weather impact alert days for that dangerous heat and humidity that's going to be around with us. And this also takes place during the Kentucky State Fair. If you have plans to head to the fair, keep in mind that those temperatures are going to be very high up there. We're expecting the 96 by Saturday, 97 on Sunday, as well as Monday. So quite the warm up as we go throughout the next upcoming days, and it all begins this afternoon with those high temperatures expected to reach the lower 90s. And as we continue to go throughout the next 7 days, we'll continue to see those temperatures into the upper 90s. It's going to be a hot pattern for us until the middle of next week. More details about that coming up here in just a few short minutes. Brooke?
All right, Matt, thank you. Well, you know, this week we have been talking about a string of bus stop shootings here in Louisville. It's placed a lot more urgency on the youth violence conversation. And by many metrics, they show violence is down across the city. Our Focus investigative reporter Travis Breeze shows us how many shooting victims are under the age of 18 and what community groups say we need more of.
Basketball is a team game.
Tamari, shoot the ball, man. Look, I told you, they already know.
For Brandon Mullins, the founder of Factory of Champions, the teammates off the court are just as important as the ones on it.
Growing up, my mom supported me. I got some great mentors around me now. My great-grandma was amazing. I had a lot of great people around me that poured into me, right? So I wanted to pour back into them.
Mullins' first youth basketball tournament gave teens more than just a game. It offered them a positive outlet and a chance to connect with mentors.
Good defense. Pass, each one of these coaches were handpicked by myself with teams that they already had, right? So I went and found them myself. I said, these guys are actually doing the work.
Shannon Flanoy was there to support her grandson and nephew. She says the feeling she had growing up, that a community helped raise kids together, has been fading.
It used to be a situation where everybody helped, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people turning their heads more than used to.
I'm angry at the individual who killed this woman today. I'm angry at the two people who shot at the same bus stop last week.
The mayor and police chief talked about youth violence throughout the summer. The first week of school poured even more gas on the fire. A woman walking her child to a bus stop near Central High School was shot and killed on Wednesday. This was the second report of shots fired at this bus stop in 6 days. Two 15-year-olds were arrested for firing shots, though they didn't hit anyone on the first day of school.
We, the school system, can provide education, we can provide resources, we can provide support. But it is the home where the foundation of responsibility, accountability, and respect for life is built.
From the start of the year to the end of July for the last 3 years, the number of juveniles arrested for homicide has gone from 4 to 6 back to 4. Over the past 3 years, total shootings, both non-fatal and homicides, involving 18 to 24-year-old victims have been steadily going down, from 103 at this time in 2023 to just 52 this year. Juvenile shooting victims have been up and down, going up to 56 in 2024, but then decreasing this year to 41.
I am very proud that we've talked over the last couple months about how homicide rates are down and violent crime rates are down. That's great, but it's obviously not where it needs to be.
Last month, 12 teenagers from the Taylor Berry neighborhood near Churchill Downs graduated from a 50-50 mentoring program funded by $20,000 from Metro Louisville.
We'll see. In 20 years, we'll see where they are.
They learned how to resolve conflicts, decorated trash cans to brighten the neighborhood, and earned money by mowing seniors' lawns.
What made me want to sign up was, I don't know, I just wanted to give back to my community, help the seniors a lot.
Keani Smalls, Ian Williams, and Kavion Hamilton know this experience could shape their future, especially since gun violence has already touched some they care about.
I lost one of my friends this year, and she didn't get to graduate this year. It was hard. I didn't know it for real, but I knew the girl, and it was hard.
We just need to wrap our arms around these young people, man. Everyone's coming up with these complex plans and ideas, and they're never really getting implemented.
Mullins sees immediate payoff in the work he does.
You get a bucket or something? Nothing at all. It'll come to you, man. Sit up. Body language, yeah.
It's all about creating teammates, ones that care enough about their community to see the value of each player within it.
We all got issues, right? Just they might be different issues.
Issues that can be solved with love and compassion before they're settled on the streets. In Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS11 on your side.
Metro Louisville government is taking applications right now for $350,000 in grants for violence prevention projects. It's called the Get Busy Grant, and you can find more information from the Office of Violence Prevention's website. In response to the violent crime in our state, lawmakers passed the Safer Kentucky Act with stricter penalties for youth offenders. Commonwealth's Attorney Jarena Weathers said that more teens are now being tried as adults.
If you are committing adult crimes with a gun, you're going to be prosecuted as such. When juvenile cases get waived to us, ladies and gentlemen, they are all prosecuted as adult cases.
Weathers said if a teen at least 15 years old is charged with a serious crime and a gun was involved, they are sent to the circuit court where they could face a more serious sentence. Right now, the Commonwealth Attorney's Office is prosecuting 83 defendants considered youthful offenders. You can read the full breakdown about the Safer Kentucky Act right now on our website or download the free WHAS11 app on your phone. You can get it wherever you get your apps. The man arrested last week for robbing a bank and abducting a Linden family could face life in prison if convicted. A grand jury indicted 32-year-old Armand Langford this week on charges of kidnapping, assault, and wanton endangerment, among other charges. Langford was arrested last Friday after police said he walked into a home, forced a mother and her 2 young children into their car, and drove to a bank in East Louisville demanding money before stabbing that mother. Langford was previously convicted in a string of similar crimes last year and sentenced to 14 years, but only served 5 months before he was released on shock probation. One of 3 suspects charged in a 2023 road rage shooting that paralyzed a 6-year-old girl took a plea deal on Wednesday. That's Jonathan Rivera, who's charged with possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and 3 counts of wanton endangerment. As part of his plea deal, Rivera agreed to testify against the other 2 people charged in that road rage shooting, Edward Sark and Shelby Bisconer. Now, on the night of July 10th, that's 2023, police said Onyx Sands was in the car with her dad when he got into some type of altercation or a fight with motorcyclists on I-65 North. According to police, Bisconer fired that shot through their car that paralyzed Onyx. Rivera and Bisconer were found with guns on them following that incident. Police believe about 15 shots overall were fired during an 8-mile stretch of I-65.